Hey guys, welcome back to another build video. In this video I'm going to be testing the new Purist SMG that has perfect Streamline. Now I've already tested the new Lead Assault Rifle with perfect Streamline and it was decent, but to me it left a little bit to be desired. So with this video I'll show you the build I was using and give you my thoughts on whether the Streamline is any better with the SMG. So with that, let's take a look at this build. Alright, so for this build I'm using a pretty basic Hunter's Fury memento run and gun setup, with the Purist being an SMG with a pretty small magazine, and the fact that you can't use any skills, I felt like this was the best way to use it. So I've got 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury, a memento backpack, and the Cheska chest piece. So if we look at the Hunter's Fury pieces first, this is going to give SMG damage, armor on kill, health on kill, and the 4-piece bonus is Apex Predator. And enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. And then killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies your weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. And then mine has weapon damage, crit damage, and a crit damage mod on here. Then for the gloves, I have weapon damage, crit damage, knee pads, armor, crit damage, and holster, armor, crit damage. Then for the backpack, I'm running the memento. This has 3 core attributes. Then I have a crit damage mod on here, and this has the talent kill confirmed. So this is going to give a short-term buff and a long-term buff, and the short-term buff scales on the number of core attributes that you have in your build. So with this setup, every time I pick up a trophy, I'm going to get 20% weapon damage, 30% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. And when you have this built up to 30 stacks, this is going to give an additional 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen for 5 minutes. Then for the chest, I'm using 1 piece of Cheska. This is going to give plus 8% crit chance. This has weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and I have a crit damage mod on here. And then I have the talent Intimidate. This kind of goes hand in hand with memento because this increases your weapon damage up to 36% when you have bonus armor. Then for the weapon, obviously we're using the Purist. I put 15 expertise into mine. This has SMG damage, crit chance, and damage to targets out of cover. Look down here, I have 5% crit chance. I don't have a magazine mod for this. Another 5% crit chance and 30% accuracy. And this has the talent Perfect Streamline. And this increases weapon damage by 47% when no skills are on cooldown. And even though it says on cooldown, what this actually means is that you can't use skills at all. So this orange icon underneath my ammo bar that looks like an X with 2 up arrows is the perfect Streamline icon. And when I pull my shield out, you can see it goes away. Put it away, it immediately comes back. Even if I drop my hive, it goes away. If I pick it up, it immediately comes back. So with perfect Streamline, you cannot use skills at all with this. So for the skills, as you just saw, it doesn't really matter since you can't use them without disabling Streamline. That being said, I do use the Crusader Shield because it has no cooldown. So if you need to pull it out to save yourself, you can do that, and then when you put it away, Streamline will immediately reactivate. For the modifiers, I'm using Assault Link. Whenever I use this, this is going to set my firearms to tier 5, and then this is going to give me an additional 15% weapon damage since I have 3 blue cores in this build. Then for the passive modifiers, I'm using the best kind of defense, and while at tier 3 in both firearms and stamina, gain 2.5% headshot damage for every 100,000 armor you have. So 2.5% times 13 would be an additional 32.5% headshot damage. Then I'm using Multitasker. This gives just a nice little boost of everything when you're at tier 5 in all attributes. And then I'm using Loaded Up, and this takes 25% of your crit chance value and adds it as crit damage when you're at tier 5 in firearms. Then if we look at the stats, these are the stats for the baseline that I have of 3, 2, 1. This has 57% crit chance, 140.5% crit damage, 1.3 million armor, 394,000 armor on kill, and this armor regeneration says 0, but once you have 30 memento stacks, this should be around 40,000. So this is what kind of numbers I'm going to be hitting with my attributes at 333 and 30 memento stacks. So about 827,000 to the body, almost 1.2 million to the head. Then let me skip forward a little bit to rebuild my Hunter Fury stacks. Then if I use my active modifier, about 1 million to the body and 1.5 million to the head. Then let's look at the stats. 92% crit chance, 186% crit damage, 1.3 million armor, 394,000 armor kill, 39,000 armor regen. Then lastly, the specialization, I'm using Gunner, mainly for this armor on kill. And then make sure you have SMGs selected down here for an extra 15% SMG damage. So that's the build, guys. Try it out and let me know what you think. Does it hit hard enough for you? Or did Perfect Streamline get nerfed too much? I think trying this after experimenting with the Load Assault Rifle, I still think they nerfed it too much. It seems about on par with other SMGs, except with other SMGs I can actually use skills. I think Streamline needs to be higher damage to make up for the lack of skills. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on Streamline, and let me know if you've been using a build that you think works better than this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Visual on additional hostiles in the Memorial compound. They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
What was that noise? Don't see what it... Here they come! I can't remember. Watch yourself! Locking the enemy down. Damn it! Got an enemy in the open. Opening up. They're coming up. Right there.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
Daylight? Got 100 pounds! What now?
Intrusives have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. Let them know what you're walking into. Phoenix Isaac pulled upstairs. You can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
All right.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel was smart? Fuck you! You drop down here.
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.
If you hadn't stopped them, I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Today, we dealt a great blow to the True Sons infrastructure. We confiscated a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated their stronghold near the campus. You should be proud. You saved a lot of lives today.